Yo, bitch, you read the title. You already know what it is. Yes, bitch. As you know, as of yesterday, my collection's complete, bitch. Now, I am a little bit of a collector, just like Jack Horner. Don't get me wrong. I am very much like a collector. Alright? I collect shit that is high in rarity, and that is just overall a cool thing to have. I got a whole wall full of DVDs here. They look really sick. And, figurines and shit like that. Well, not really figurines, but to say I'm a collector would be an accurate term, right? But what did I collect? So for the longest time, I was looking for this game right here called Spider-Man: Edge of Time. I see this game is really hard to find nowadays because this actually just got discontinued back when the fucking license deal happened with Activision, because this is an Activision game, right? So all games that were developed by Activision were taken off the PlayStation Store, not just PlayStation Store, but digitally. So you can't find it on Steam or anywhere else, right? So that was a little fucked up thing. So ever since then, these games have been really expensive, right? Now, but with the inclusion of Edge of Time, I have officially completed my Spider-Man game collection, bitch. It's not really a trilogy because it's not coinciding stories, but there are 3 games essentially, right? Web of Shadows, Edge of Time, and Shattered Dimensions, which I have on my PS3 is downloaded. It's actually one of the very first games I ever downloaded. It was like one of the very first games I ever bought. I remember alongside this, I bought Transformers Fall of Cybertron, and I think TMNT Out of the Shadows, and what else was there? It was the Amazing Spider-Man game. Now, there are a lot of Spider-Man games, but I see these 3 games that take the cake in terms of storytelling and being a good Spider-Man game, right? Most of these games are linear, right? A lot of them aren't open world. Like, if you want to play an open world Spider-Man game nowadays, your best bet is going with Spider-Man PS4, and if you're done that, then play Miles Morales, because Spider-Man 2 is coming out very soon, hopefully this year somewhere. Let me actually show you right here what I got. Come, check it out. Let's see, this is Demon Souls, Ratchet and Clank, and all the way down here, Shattered Dimensions, bitch. Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? I bought it a very, very long time ago. It must have been like 2016, 2017 or something like that, because it was a very long time ago I bought this, and I played it even longer ago. I haven't played this in years, man, but yeah, basically, Web of Shadows, Edge of Time, and Shattered Dimensions, we got it in the bag. These games are extremely hard to find nowadays, right? And even if you do find them, they're really expensive. I bought this yesterday. I went to a flea market just for the fuck of it, and then I saw this sitting there, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta fucking get this. And then, like, it's in mint condition. The packaging is a little messed up, but the disc itself is really fucking good condition, right? I got this for $70. The price was $80, but I managed to get it for $70 because all I had, right? And Web of Shadows, I got this like years ago, local game store, right across my street in a mall. I must have got this for like 30 or something dollars. Back then, it wasn't as rare as it is now, obviously, right? But now these games are really elite in a special type of way. Not only are they very rare and expensive, but if you take the price tag aside, there are really solid Spider-Man games. You know what I'm saying? The very first of this was Web of Shadows, as you can tell because of the font right here. This is the old one. This came out in 2008. And then came out Shattered Dimensions 2 years later in 2010, and then 1 year later came Edge of Time, right? So that's kind of the thing. And then after that, we kind of got the Amazing Spider-Man games, and then in 2018, we got Spider-Man PS4, and that's where it all ended. You know, I'm not counting the older games. Of course, there's Spider-Man for the PS2, the Spider-Man movie tie-in game that was really good. Spider-Man 3 was kind of trash, right? But when it comes to games I would like to play other than Spider-Man, because we can all agree that Spider-Man 2018 PS4 is the definitive Spider-Man game. You can't beat that. No one can. It's got an amazing combat system, amazing open world and stuff like that. None of these games are open world, okay? The only game that would be remotely close to the open world would be Web of Shadows. But even that, it was more like open world, but there wasn't shit to do in it, right? You didn't have trophies because this is before 2008, before the trophy system even became a big thing, before they invented the trophy system, right? So there were no trophies, there was no side quests, no collectibles, as far as I remember, because I played a long time ago, but I remember it was very barren, because and they had an excuse for this, that the whole city was like under an infection, like the venom infection, right? and so that's why everyone was gone. They've been in quarantine, it's been under lockdown. That's why you won't see any civilians. If you roam the streets, you're only going to see these infected venom zombie things that you can beat the shit out of, right? This game really reminds me of Prototype because I'm pretty sure it's the same people who made it. Activision, no, Prototype is also an Activision game, isn't it? I don't think so. No. But you can see the heavy inspiration with Prototype because the open world and the way it moves and flows, it's very much like Prototype. So if you like that game, you're going to love this game too. And I played this game before Prototype, so I can see similarities. But the big thing about this game, what makes it so special, that it didn't come in any other Spider-Man game ever since, is it really brought in the symbiote suit, and that was the main focus, as you can see. How far will you go to save New York, right? So now you have, in the beginning of the story, I'm not going to spoil anything, but you get the symbiote suit, Spider-Man, right? And then as you go, you kind of have this sort of infamous like progression system and karma system where like if you do good things in the amazing suit, then you get the good ending. Whereas if you do bad shit in the symbiote suit, you get the bad ending. And your ending completely depends on what your choices were in the game. Like you can't choose your ending. No, your ending is chosen for you depending on how many good versus bad choices you made, right? Like I can choose to legit tear Wolverine in half, or I can choose just let him go and be a nice guy about it, like I am, right? I can either be a bully Maguire, right? This game goes deep into his bully persona and what it means to wear the suit. And it's got an amazing combat system with huge combos and stuff like that. You can string them in the air and stuff like that and fucking ride them like something. I remember seeing that. I remember playing that a long time ago. But it was really, really cool to experience that as Spider-Man. You can really see the sheer lethality. Is that a word? Lethality? It doesn't sound real. Lethalness. You can see how lethal his symbiote suit is, right? It's just how feral is. He's just like rips and tears and shit. He's like you're in for a world of pain. Like oh my god, goosebumps. Like when he stood next to Venom, he's like, you know what, you're in for a world of pain. And he's like, oh shit. Shit's about to go down. Shit is about to go down. So this game really delved into the good versus bad, and its main focus was the symbiote suit and the amazing suit, and you can switch them on the fly, even mid combo. I'm pretty sure you can do like a couple hits as amazing, and then switch to symbiote and do some kind of crazy shit. I forgot I played it a long time ago, but I do remember it. But another really good thing I like about this game that really takes the cake in my opinion is that it had a shit ton of cameos, right? Not only did you have like mostly all the villains, I'm pretty sure there was a Vulture, there was Tinker, there was Rhino, there was Venom, obviously, I'm pretty sure was the last boss. And once again, a long time ago, I forgot. But there were also a bunch of heroes. I'm pretty sure there was Black Widow, there was Wolverine, Luke Cage, and Moon Knight, to name a few, I think. There may have been more, but I kind of forgot. But that, oh yeah, there's also Black Cat. Yeah, I remember that. You know what I did? Every single step of the way, I chose the amazing path, the good path. But the second it came to Felicia, I'm like, yeah, let me just be a little evil for now. If you pick Felicia, then you get to chill with her, and if you pick MJ, you chill with her, right? So I mean, I take Felicia over MJ any day. But yeah, this game right here is beautiful. Sure, it's a little old and dated. It's literally 2008. It's more than 10 years ago, right? But it's really, really good. It is a really good game. I like it. They have quick time events and a really good combat system, right? It's a whole lot of fun. There aren't a lot of trophies, so essentially there aren't any restrictions. Although it would be cool if I had trophies, but this came out in 2008, right? As you can see here on the cover, there's literally Venom and Wolverine, right? Which is really, really cool. I love cameos when they do that. So it's really a love letter for anyone who likes it, right? There's a lot of OG villains and OG heroes. And this is actually the very first time I saw Moon Knight. Now Moon Knight's a big deal because that's a TV show, right? But I saw him in this game first, right? This is my first introduction to him. And oh my god, he's so fucking cool, Moon Knight. So he interacts with his characters and it's really, really goddamn cool, right? And then the one after this was Shattered Dimensions. And this is actually the very first Spider-Man game I played, period, right? I just bought it and I'm like, oh my goodness, this game is so good. I played the shit out of it, almost platinumed it, but me as a kid, I couldn't really get the medals and stuff. So I'm going to have to retry it again. The main shtick about this game is that there are 4 Spider-Man you can play as. 4, right? This is 8. I'm 4, right? Obviously, the classic 616 Amazing Spider-Man. You can play as 2099 Spider-Man, Noir Spider-Man, and the Ultimate Spider-Man in the symbiote suit. He makes a return again, right? This game is linear, right? It's very, very linear. There's no open world games whatsoever. I mean, there's no open worlds in this. It's literally just a level system, right? But I love the art design. I love the style, and I love how every single Spider-Man plays differently. Of course, they all have similar things, but their animations are different, and they all in each of their respective worlds is very different. For example, the Amazing Spider-Man would be like a classic swinging around, kicking people in the face, kind of like how you expect a normal Spider-Man level to be, right? With normal characters like Juggernaut and Sandman, right? I don't remember all the villains, but I know those were two. I think was a Rhino in there? I don't think so. But there was Juggernaut and Sandman. I remember those two. Yeah, and it feels very witty, and it feels like they nail the character of Spider-Man because he cracks jokes all the time, right? All the time, right? So it's a classic Spider-Man we all know and love, right? And the level design is great, and the enemies are can be a little redundant, but it's fun. You know, the combat system is fun. You got a good combo system and shit like that. It's fun. All right, and then you move on to 2099, which are where in every single episode there has to be some sort of fast kind of hyperspace travel where you're diving and shit, avoiding obstacles and stuff like that. It's a lot more fast paced, right? It makes sense because well, the guy's he's in the future. You know, the guy's fucking blitzing past, and now 2099 is more popular than ever because of the new Spider-Man movie is going to come out across the Spider-Verse. So everyone loves him ever since, right? But he really is one of the top Spider-Man. His design is so cool. His mask design is so cool. His fucking spider with the skull in it, badass. Secondly, my eyes on this guy, I'm like, yo, this guy's fucking special. He's cool. All right, he is cool. He was so cool that they gave him a game only between him and the Amazing Spider-Man. We'll get to that later, right? And then we get to the Noir Spider-Man, and obviously, as we all expect, there's gonna be more stealth-based, less combat, and more stealth, right? Which there is, right? And for what it's worth, it's fun. The animations are cool. I love how he just slams them and then just like webs them up. It's really, really fun playing as a kid. As a kid, I lost my shit playing this game. I was like, oh my god, I get to play as not just one, but 4 different Spider-Man. They all feel and play differently, right? So the main focus about the Noir is that, you know, obviously the color palette is not, it won't be as colorful as, say, 2099 or even The Amazing, right? It's going to be very mute, sepia, black and white, you know what I'm saying? Old film, noir type of thing. And like, it is noir, right? And it works really well. I love it. And it doesn't bring the pace of the game down because you know exactly what you're playing. You're playing as Noir. And each of these characters have to feel different. Of course, Noir does have combat segments, but he has a lot more stealth-based segments because obviously that's his whole shtick, right? Badass. And then, last but not least, we have the Ultimate Spider-Man, the symbiote suit. This is the most badass thing ever, right? The main focus of this is that they bring in, I think once a level, they bring in huge hordes of enemies, and you could tap into essentially your Devil Trigger and go in like fucking crazy symbiote mode, and you see the tendril just flipping around, and he goes batshit insane, right? He goes insane, this guy, right? He just like brings giant fucking tendrils out and slaps people around. It's awesome. It is so cathartic and it's so fun. Pretty sure, and besides, I'm pretty sure one of the villains in one of his episodes was Deadpool from the Ultimate Universe. So obviously, we finally get a Spider-Man and Deadpool show off. I mean, showdown? Showdown, right? Yeah, showdown. So you can just imagine how great that would be. He'd throw quips, then he'd throw quips. You know, it'd be fun. We haven't seen that anywhere in the past 10 years, right? This is the only time we're going to get it. Obviously, you can get it in TV shows and comics, but fully realized, this is what it looks like, and it's fucking glorious. It's great. All right? Seeing Spider-Man and Deadpool throw witty banter between each other, that's really fucking cool to see, right? And it's just fun. It's just a fun time. The dialogue's well written. It feels in character, right? Like obviously Noir's gonna be more gritty and like, oh fuck. I remember the one episode when he was talking about how Uncle Ben got eaten by the Vulture, and I'm like, damn, this is dark. He didn't just die. He got eaten by the Vulture. Fuck me. As a kid, that freaked me out. As a kid, the Vulture freaked me the fuck out, man. God. Shit. So you can tell it's a lot more bleak and a lot more dirty and shit because it's literally noir, you know? And shit's fucking stanks. It's wow. Yeah, but they nailed each one of the worlds so perfectly. It's so great. I love it so much. And I love this game till the end. Like, it's one of the best Spider-Man games out there, right? If you want a linear experience with 4 different Spider-Man, you gotta go with this one. Right, and then I'm pretty sure at the end of the last level, we get a team up of all 4 of them, which is fucking sick. So essentially, this is the Spider-Verse game that came out before all the hype, right? This game came out in 2010, right? More than 10 years ago. And this was essentially the Spider-Man Spider-Verse game, essentially, right? Because sure, you can equip the Noir suit and the 2099 suit and the 2018 Spider-Man, but you can't really play as them. The gameplay is the same, isn't it? Right? But this, is catered to each one of these Spider-Man, and that is what takes the cake for this game. That's what makes the game so goddamn special, is that you get to play as 4 fucking Spider-Man. Need to say more? Right? And then moving on, like I mentioned before, 2099 was so good that they gave him his own game with the Amazing Spider-Man. Now, a lot of people say this game isn't good, like critics and shit, but who fucking cares about critics? I only care about this, right? And I just wanted it. They say, yeah, this has trophies and all that shit, right? Agility, fight with the agility of Spider-Man and the Amazing Spider-Man and the technology of Spider-Man 2099, right? It looks really cool. I'm pretty sure there's a really cool Felicia design in this game too, which I would very like to get my hands on. But yeah, I haven't played this game yet. I will eventually play the Spider-Man game, and then we will be done, right? Because Spider-Man's the way to go. You know what I'm saying? Like his games are up there, right? Like he is the mascot of Marvel. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to games, he takes a cake with the most games. Same thing like Batman. He has better movies, better games. Spider-Man has better movies, better games. Simple as that. You can't fuck with these guys, you know what I'm saying? And these 3 games are a must-try for any self-respecting Spider fan out there. If you love Spider-Man, if you love playing his games, if you just like the character in general, if you like the universe he's in, if you like playing as 4 different Spider-Man, you gotta play these games. Now, of course, that's easy to say, but getting these games are extremely hard nowadays. And I got lucky with this, to be honest. I stumbled upon this Edge of Time. I got Web of Shadows a while ago, and same thing with this. I downloaded it when it was still in the store, right? But finding it nowadays, you can only find it physical, and when you do find it, it'll be fucking expensive, right? I recently bought Transformers War for Cybertron. This is also an Activision game, and I also had to buy that for like $50, I'm pretty sure, right? Splinter Cell Trilogy, that was $50. Captain America Super Trilogy, that was like $20, I'm pretty sure. Killzone Trilogy, that was like $40, I'm pretty sure, right? So I have X-Men Origin Wolverine there. That was I bought a while ago. It must have been like $30, right? A while ago. But in general, these games are a whole lot of fun, right? You gotta play them. You gotta play them. You gotta know them. Obviously now I know all the rage of Spider-Man PS4 and Miles Morales, and the new Spider-Man game is gonna come out for PS4 and PS5. But if you like that kind of shit, if you consider yourself a die-hard Spider-Man fan and you love playing his video games, then please give these ones a try because they're really, really fucking cool. I personally played them. I consider myself a Spider fan, and I loved every single minute of them, right? It was great. I love it. Simple as that, right? I don't know too much about Edge of Time. That's why I can't tell you too much about it, except it's Amazing Spider-Man and 29 Spider-Man. And I'm pretty sure you jump back and forth. So let's say 29 would do something, and then the Amazing would get affected by something like that. So that sounds interesting, cool. But whatever it is, I don't give a shit if it's good or bad. But the level design or the redundancy, if that's the word, I just like seeing Spider-Man. Right, and I'm glad I got all the games now, because these are the 3 games that actually really matter. The rest of them are all movie tie-ins. I'm not saying that most movie tie-ins are bad, right? But let's be honest here, right? Spider-Man 2 for the PS2 was the only good movie tie-in game, right? Other than that, it kind of just went to the shitter, didn't it? Right? But these 3 games are definitely the holy trinity of these Spider-Man games. These were these Spider-Man games before superhero games were a big deal. Like this is 2008. When did Arkham Knight come out? I mean, when did Arkham Asylum come out? When did it come out? I don't even know why I have this. I have this on PS4. I don't know why I have this on PS3. Bought it a while ago as a dumb kid. Wasting my money. I'm pretty sure this was 2007 or 2008. Around that time. Definitely more than 2008 because of the greatest hits type of thing. Maybe. I'm not sure. But 100%. Yeah, but these games are definitely great. You should check them out if you can. Right? But only get it. I only recommend it to those who are like diehard fans because getting these are really expensive and really hard to find. So unless you're really dedicated and you want to play these games, then go ahead. But if not, then you're kind of screwed, then aren't you? But these indeed are some really great games. One of the greater games when it comes to superhero games and Spider-Man games in general. So, yep, that's pretty much all I had to say. I finished my collection today. I feel content. I can die now. But if I die, then where are these games gonna go? So that's the question. I can't die now. I'll die later, alright? But for now, that's all I really much had to say, and I gotta fucking go now. And you better check these games out, because if you're not, then you are a cunt! But anyways, I'm pretty sure I said enough. Yep, I'm gonna go now, so... Fuck you.